There's a yellow color rumored to be made out of some very special urine. Hey guys, it's Karen. Welcome back to Little Art Talks. Today, let's talk about Indian yellow. Indian yellow is a transparent yellow pigment used in oil painting and watercolors. It's water-soluble and luminescent, making it especially vivid and bright in sunlight. It was favored for its great body and depth of tone. It was fairly stable in direct sunlight, but faded rather quickly in artificial light and in the dark. In oil, it dried slowly and required 100% for grinding, but it was improved with varnish. For years, the origin of this curious color was a total mystery in Europe, and really, I'm not quite sure if they've totally figured it out yet. Throughout the 18th century, little parcels arrived irregularly to the docks of London from Calcutta, India. They were powdery, soft, light spongy lumps that reportedly smelled really bad. Some suggested it was made out of snake urine, others thought it was made out of something dug out from the insides of animals. German scientist W. Schmidt stated authoritatively in 1855 that it had been excreted from camels who had eaten mango fruit. George Field agreed. Others, like amateur painter Robert Dewhurst, believed it to be made from the urine of animals fed on turmeric. In 1883, a letter arrived at the Society of Arts in London from a Mr. T. N. Mukherjee of Calcutta. At the request of Sir Joseph Hooker, he had investigated Indian yellow and said that he could now confirm exactly how and from what Indian yellow was made. He wrote that he had visited the only town in India that created this pigment and that he had witnessed it being made. According to his letter, Indian yellow was made from the urine of cows fed on mango leaves. The cows would then urinate on demand into buckets. The liquid was cooled, then concentrated over a fire. It was filtered through a cloth, and the sediment was collected into balls. They were then dried over a fire in the sun. Importers in Europe would then wash and purify the balls, separating greenish and yellow phases. He also added that the cows looked very unhealthy and were said to die early. According to rumors, this letter, or at least the industry it described, spurred on protests, which culminated in laws passed sometime between 1890s and 1908, which prohibited the making of Indian yellow. This is due to the cruelty towards the cow, which is a sacred animal in Hindu tradition. By the way, not everyone believed that Indian yellow was made of urine. MJFL Mérimée wrote in The Art of Painting in Oil and Fresco that a possible source for the yellow lake was an extract from a tree or a large shrub. In 1844, John Steinhaus concluded that it was of vegetable origin. The pigment has not been available commercially since 1921. The origins of Indian yellow were once again questioned in 2004 by author Victoria Finlay, who wrote Color: A Natural History of the Palette. In the book, she describes her search, and she found no records or laws or news articles about the banning of the production of this pigment. She visited the town in Mukherjee's letter, but found no evidence of the color ever being produced there. The locals had never heard of the practice. So, what is up with this letter? Maybe it was all just a fabricated story, one in which he attempts to reassert Indian traditions into the then British-occupied Bengal. Maybe it was all just a joke, or maybe it was such a tightly held secret that no one in town knew about it, or maybe no one really ever cared, and the grandchildren of the people who made this pigment have really just forgotten all about it. Whatever the truth is, you've got to admit, this really makes you question the stories you hear. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you want to keep watching more history of color videos just like this one, I'll have a playlist in the info cards above. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you guys next time.